I may have extended my flight, Cesar.
Yeah. He was supposed to go
What a
home
surprise.
today.
What a
I
surprise.
was like, I'm not leaving.
No, it's the 31st. Okay, you are live on the YouTubes. I'm going to give you full control. I'm going to make you host. Then please make me co-host.
Have you hit? Are you recording it as well?
No, we don't need to because it records
Oh, of
on
course. Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you are live on the YouTubes if you'll make me co-host and then just bring up the disclaimer and get started.
All right. Um, um, all right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome. This week I'm going to be doing the live market analysis in English, so I hope everything goes well. Uh, we can see now the disclaimer. Everything that you're going to be watching here and listening, it's all for educational purposes. We are not going to tell you how to take trades today. It's just to analyze a little bit of the market and what happened for the last week. Yesterday, we had a day off. So I hope you all enjoyed your day off, an extra day for the weekend. Uh, we were expecting, at least I was expecting a little bit more volatility today, but it didn't happen. We're going to analyze that a little bit later today. Like we said last week, we were at the highest point of the chart. So we were expecting a little bit of divergence. The downside, we were around here, and the MACDs were around here. They were outside of the Bollinger Band. So we were expecting a little bit more of a push to the upside. But when we are achieved this level of price, we saw that the price stayed there for a little bit. We saw this flag reversal, and as we were saying last week, we are expecting for the price to push down a little bit more, at least to the EMA area. We saw this flag that we're doing almost what we predicted. Uh, we are not uh, changing direction to the upside yet, but we're still in this range. We're still in this area of a previous pivot. So probably the price is going to stay there for a little bit longer until the big traders decide if the price is going to continue to the upside or if we are going to move to the downside. So right now, this is the scenario that we have on the daily chart. We are still above both EMAs. We are still above the zero line. So we are expecting a little bit more to the upside. But as you can see here, we have already three BB dots pushing to the down. So these are these three bars that we're pushing down. So we probably are going to be looking at some, if this bar, today's bar closes below yesterday's, probably we're going to be expecting a little bit more of a push to the downside. But that's just a scenario for the high time frame. This is not what I should recommend to be trading, but that's not the chart that I would recommend to be trading in. But if you have a big amount of capital, uh, probably you already know that. So let's move to the 28,657. This chart a little bit more. It's going to tell us a little bit more about what we can expect in the near future. As you can see here, we have this range where the price has been bouncing up and down. We have very well-defined resistance area. We have an overrun, and we have this support area with another overrun. So right now we are not expecting, or we cannot predict where the price is going to move because we are stuck in this range. The EMAs are super flat. They are very close one to the other. So by right now, we are not able to predict where the price is going to go. We are just watching how has behaved in the past couple of days. But we can be a little bit patient if we want to trade something. We're going to be looking at the whole scenario, all the workspace that we used to work. So probably we're going to see a little bit more opportunities when we move there. But yeah, so far we are in a range. Let's expect for a little bit more volatility for the price to move in some direction. But for now, right now, you can just sit and watch and enjoy the show. All right, what do we have in our workspace? We can see that on the 10946, the EMA is still showing us a little bit more moving to the upside, but as you can see here, it's starting to move to the downside. Probably it's going to, if we continue on this trend, probably if we move a little bit further down, this EMA is going to catch the large EMA, and we will be talking about taking shorts. But right now, you can see how the price is moving, is using the EMA as a support, is moving to the upside. Just right now is pushing to the downside. This we can see an overrun, but you can see here that we have this area that it's going to be working right now as a support. That how it's doing it right now. If we move this, we are going to see this area of resistance. So probably the price is going to be moving around this area, bouncing until we see a little bit more information of where the price is going to move. Let's see what has happened all day today. The market opened around this area right here. All right, this is where the market opened today. We haven't moved really that far. We just broke this support area, but now we are pushing back up. So today has not been the best day to being in the market or taking a trade. Probably what we can see here, we can be expecting the price using this EMA as a resistance. If we are, the MACDs are already below the zero line. So probably this is one scenario that I would like to see combined with the 15. Yeah, it has been moving very slow. Combined with this 1597, where the price is probably going to use the same EMA as resistance and the zero line as a resistance. Probably we're going to be looking at some price action moving to the downside. But since the price has been moving so slow, I wouldn't be comfortable taking any trade right now. But this is a scenario that looks like probably it's going to work. But either way, if you decide to take a trade around this area somehow, distance that we have is just 5 points. So probably it's not a very good area to be taking a trade because the distance is it's very, very short. So probably it's not going to give you a lot of opportunity to be managing your risk. Um, right now, since we are looking at a very, very slow market, we can use this combo, the 1597, 610 to 33. We can be looking for a little bit more opportunities to trade. As you can see right now, the price is using this EMA or could be using this EMA as resistance, but we are above the zero line right here in the 610. And we are moving a little bit further up on the 233. So we're having mixed signals in this in these charts. So this is going to be a fun day to be looking at the market and probably not seeing the price going too far. As
I
I
just want to
was,
come and I want to come and give you a little company.
thank you.
I mean, me personally, looking at that, I mean, this is the combo that I have set up right now is the 1597, 610, 233. And it's just simply so I don't get myself caught in anything that the bigger charts are taking forever to move on. Could definitely see this move happening to the downside that we had happened, right before we started class, but it's really hard to trust how far that these can go at the moment just because it's so slow. I mean, here in Texas, we just had all the kids go on summer break. So I don't know if that has anything to do with, how things are going, things are moving. People just taking themselves a little break. So,
Probably they're
so
starting their holidays.
yeah, I'll have a holiday next weekend. I've got my so this is just what I use whenever I'm getting to when I'm watching it slow down so much because at 10:9:46, if we look at where the market moved in that time, it's not just in the time since open to close to or open to current, it's not very much, right? So just kind of giving myself something a little more interesting to look at, but I have to keep this in mind when I'm using the 1597, 610, 233 combo that I'm not expecting quite as big a target if I do decide to take something on here because I'm, shrinking in the chart. So I got to think about shrinking in where I'm expecting
Right.
the targets to be.
Right. Right now, the price is doing what we said it probably was going to do. A little bit overrun on the EMA, but now pushing to the downside. And you can see how the MACDs are leading a little bit lower to the downside. So probably if the price is going to keep moving in this range now, probably the next interesting area will be the support area. So let's see what happens. I mean, if someone decides to take a trade in this environment, they have to be very, very patient for the price to reach those areas because it hasn't moved a lot in the whole day. So probably it has something to do with what you're saying. Probably they already are on vacations. Probably we are going to be expecting a couple of weeks of slow movement, slow markets. But yeah, moving down or sizing down the charts probably is going to help us to see a little bit uh, more opportunities. But like you said, the target has to be very, very close to the entry point.
It's moving like molasses, mate.
It's moving like molasses. You're absolutely right.
I don't know where you got that terminology from.
Yeah, the honorary Texan.
Yeah. We now have us a new Southerner named Dan Pearson.
I feel like my bias would still be on the shorts personally,
Right.
but the way the 233 looks, I'm not feeling it just yet. But
Uh,
10946 has a nice retracement divergence,
Probably
which
in the 233, would you like to see price breaking DCMA, using it as a resistance and continue down?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
Whatever you
thinking about
say.
the short. I was thinking about it, the that little spike up to your resistance level, but the reversal bar on the 5097 was pretty massive.
This one right here.
I'm still using the 1597 in the middle, but yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like a 2.5 point bar. But apart from that, I don't really like the look of the 233 at the moment.
Yeah, this was a good area to uh, take a short. We have these very small diversions right here. Very, very small, but we have the combination of all the signals. We have these small divergence. We have the price overrunning the EMA. We have the flag reversal. So all these signals combined probably will have been a good area to go for the short and move it probably this far, almost 7 points. So I mean, it's a good it's a good target for a day, even if you're just trading with one contract. It is a good place to place your target.
I think one of these days we're going to get a market which is actually moving kind of nicely during a live class. That would be great.
I think we already had like one or two, but we have streamed like 10 or 20 times, so the ratio is not very good. It's not in our favor.
I wasn't watching the market this morning, but I'm happy I wasn't.
Yeah, it was a good call. I was looking at the market, but I didn't see any good opportunity to take a trade or anything that fit my strategy. So I didn't take anything for the day, but now it's working.
How's the NQ looking? Have you got that workspace or not?
I don't have it right now. Look, you still think uh, short?
Yeah.
Looking at
I mean,
this,
I wouldn't be getting in now. From the entry I thought about earlier, it's just the look on the 233 I just don't like at the moment. But
yeah.
I think the 28,657 could just break through that zero line pretty easily and just keep pushing down.
Actually, the 28 is already below the zero line, but the price is still working on the EMA.
It's just so weak.
Super weak. Actually, I was expecting to find a market with more volatility today because we had a long weekend. Uh, Yesterday, market was closed, so probably the trades that were not taken yesterday, I was going to look at them today and probably have a nice setup for good opportunities. But you know,
People might be hungover from the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, probably. Probably they started partying on the Friday till
Yeah,
yesterday.
can't comment on that.
Anything you want to add?
No, not at all.
No? No, no, no? Okay.
I mean, NQ looked slightly
Well,
nicer, by the way, but similar kind of story. Not much
yeah, I
happening.
know. Let me try to make you co-host. Let me just find how can I make you go.
Don't have any areas drawn out, but I'm just loading up the charts now on the higher time frame.
So, Jason, how was your weekend?
I don't know if he's listening, but Jason, we also haven't been able to say happy birthday
Oh yeah,
belated to you
happy
as
birthday.
well. So I hope you had a good one.
I think the NQ just makes you think it's quicker just because of how many ticks there are within like the points. It just feels like it's moving more, but really still not doing much.
I can understand that. I think that that's not necessarily a bad thing though, because we get a little anxious whenever we're waiting for something to happen. And just being able to see a lot of movement may actually make you hold back a little bit because you're not thinking like, oh my God, this is my one opportunity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Guys, Jason, Dan, you are already co-hosts. If you want to share anything, you are good to go. Right now, let me give me a pat on the back because this scenario worked like I said. So,
You could
um,
grab up the Discord if you want on the side. I mean, we're getting a bit of a move down now, so that short would have worked.
yeah.
But
Um, well, I don't know if you guys want to. Do you have your NQ open? Probably if you want to share how the market is moving over there.
yeah, bear with me a sec. I just have to change all my parameters. I'm trying to.
Yeah. There's no hurry. We have 2
Also,
hours.
Tim, I know you're in here. I wanted you to know that June 20th, we're doing our next meet and greet. We will have another one after that. I'm just not quite sure of the date. So, but I did want to let you know that because that gives you a little bit of time to think about coming to the great state of Texas to hang out with us for an evening or two.
Little family vacation.
I mean, I don't know if you want to bring the kids to that. um, man, we had such a great turnout. I really wish you could have been there, Cesar. We had such a great turnout.
Yeah, so many
I
people.
saw the pictures. There were a
Yeah,
lot of people there. So I'm very happy for you guys uh to receive a lot of traders in the Houston area.
yeah.
Last time I was there were more people than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And we were super happy for that result. And now that I saw the pictures and I saw that every time there's more people interested in
Yeah.
RT and showing up to discuss and exchange ideas about trading, that's really, really, really something
We didn't
that
even get
makes me
everybody in the
happy.
picture that was there. Was, we had asked a little late after some people had already left. But I definitely think they're going to grow because people are so happy to be able to spend time with other traders that they wouldn't normally get to connect with and learn about their style and strategy. And so it was really, really cool to be able to do that.
I was literally telling someone about how RDT kind of marketing strategy, we don't use things like Lamborghinis and all that. And
No.
I was literally saying this to someone who arrived in a Lamborghini.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he did. And he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm here in a Lamborghini." That's funny.
Well, you had to ask. The second question was, is it yours? Is it
I
rented?
think he traded Dow Jones or something like that. But
Honestly, I could probably just find someone out here to ask to stand next to their Lamborghini. Are there, what is it, the Ferraris? Is that what you were saying?
no, he had a Lambo, that one.
Oh, the Lambos. Yeah. But it's not my thing. I didn't even know until after, honestly. We were just having such a great time talking to everybody and meeting everyone. And um we had one person that showed up from the time before, and it was really great. And so everybody's really enjoyed it and said they're looking forward to the next one because they said there's a lot of people that talk about doing those kind of things but don't actually, you know, don't actually follow through with having these kind of meetings. And so it was nice to be able to just have everybody there and get to know new traders in the Houston area.
Yeah, it's always nice to meet new people that have the same interest as you do. And so you can have something to talk about and exchange ideas and probably learn something new, even if they don't trade the same market. Last time I remember we met this trader that only traded NQ, and we learned a lot from him. Uh, it is always good to be able to exchange ideas and information, so you can grow a little bit more as a trader, because that's the final goal for these meet and greets, to meet new people and to learn, to keep learning um, every time that you're there. So yeah, it is
Absolutely
always good
correct.
to
Well,
meet
because we
new
learned to,
people.
you know, if you think you know everything when you're trading, that's you're going to get a slap in the face really, really quickly. And what I say often is one of the beautiful things about trading is we all see something a little bit different, which gives us all different edges and actually makes the market move, right? Because if we all saw the same thing, it'd just be moving in one straight direction. So
Yeah,
it's
correct.
what allows us to have opportunities. So yeah.
Guys, I don't know if you uh, want to take the liberty
Oh,
to mark
Tim's
this
back from his
area.
meeting. We were talking about you, Tim. I don't think you
Uh,
heard it.
yeah, well, this area, probably we're going to be expecting a little bit more movement to the downside right now. Now that we can see a little bit more defined the EMAs, the separation of the EMAs. Now that the price is using it
Really picking up
as
the pace in those BBs as well on the 28K chart. You want to grab it and show.
yeah, I see it, and now the price is breaking the EMA that I was telling you. Uh, so yeah, now it looks a little bit more like we were expecting to on the first place. But right now we are looking at the price breaking the resistance on the EMAs, and the MACD is trying to close below the zero line. So a little bit more, uh, probably our next area will be this support area. If we move this right here, we are right now at this support area. And I'm gonna this here, resistance. But yeah, right now, price breaking the EMA support, potentially breaking this support area, potentially breaking the zero line. It could be just an overrun, but it's starting to look a little bit better to for a scenario for a short. So only time can tell us if we are right or wrong. But right now it looks like we're going to continue pushing down a little bit further. If we go back to our
Wow, I wish I took the short now.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah.
yeah, this was
I
a
mean,
good
honestly, my
area.
mind earlier had been in the long, and that was around what time was that on your?
Right, it's 12:30 right here.
Well, no, right around the 11:30 mark. I was thinking maybe we just get a pull back and push up.
Is that near the
and
end
get back
pivot
up.
to the downside?
This, yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
this
where the end
area.
pivot is to the
Yeah.
downside.
I
Because that's where
almost.
we were talking about if the 28,657 or 10,946 was going to move back up, that was the place. But the head and shoulders did its job to the downside very well. That you can pretty much see across all the charts with that head and shoulders up there. Oh, like if you pull up the 10,946, you'll see the head and shoulders that I'm talking about a little bit better.
This area here. Yes.
No, when I'm talking about the head and shoulders, it's like from the 24th, the 26th, and today that created the head and shoulders. So on the 10,946, yeah, up there at the top of those. You see it really well on the 28,657, the 10,946. You close up the 4181, you can see it a little bit there. But that's a great head and shoulders to push us to the downside. So
Yeah, I mean, it's finally moving, so probably we're going to see a little bit more of opportunities to hopefully at least to watch them. We can see how the price was using this 610 EMA as resistance. So if the price goes back, this will be our next area of interest to use it as a resistance and continue pushing down, because we can see right now all the charts are in agreement. MACD is below zero line, so probably we're going to continue pushing down a little bit further. This is an interesting area right here, so we have a lot of space to run. Team says that probably June 20, it's too soon for him to make a plan to visit Houston. So probably next time.
I did assume that would be too soon for you. But we are going to probably schedule out the next one. Ange went on a 2-week road trip, and I'm going to Tulum in a couple of days. And when we both get back from that, we're going to be laying out what the plan is for
Who needs Lamborghinis when you can be traveling every time you want?
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, okay, I could spend the money on a Lamborghini, or I could spend it on several, all expense paid, or like
Yeah.
I'm not all expense paid. What's the word I'm searching for? All inclusive resorts.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
always for having experience instead of things. So I agree with that.
You know what would be nice though, mate? Driving to the airport in a Lamborghini. That'd be kind of cool. Best of
That'll
both.
be the
You know how
that'll
much
be
I
the best
pack?
combination.
Well, do you know how much I pack? I couldn't even fit my luggage in there if I tried.
Yeah, true.
So, man, this is like almost painfully slow. But you know what's going to happen? And it happens every time at about the 245 mark, 250, it's going to start moving like crazy and then close a few minutes after that. So
Yeah, I mean, we are having a good run right now. We
yes, this is
are,
actually a pretty good run. Have you moved to the 10,940s? Okay. You might want
yeah,
to move the 610 and put the 233 there to have the 10,946 because now it's moving enough to have some movement with the 10,946, 1597, 233 combo instead of the 610 there.
right, yeah. Now we can see how the price is using this EMA as an area of resistance. So if we want to continue moving to the downside, um, one thing that we should be expecting is probably something like this. This. Probably the price moving the upside a little bit more and pushing again to the downside. Now we can see a lot of distance from the price to the EMA and from the small EMA to the large EMA, about to make the cross on the 10946. So yeah,
These are the type of moves I struggle with personally. Those quick pullbacks to get in.
you mean this one?
Just yeah, on the 233, just those really quick snaps.
Yeah, me personally, when I see this movement, I'm already too late to take a trade right now. Um, Probably my area will have been around this area right here.
That one is the
But
610 chart. So if you pull the 233 up there, you might see something a little bit different between the 233
Huh?
and the 10946 combo.
It's 233.
this is the
Is that the
233.
233?
Yeah.
Eyes. No, it says 610.
Where are you looking?
Am I looking at I'm behind. I'm looking on the YouTube.
Are you looking
I'm
YouTube?
like,
Yeah,
I'm way behind, so I apologize. I was like,
that's
man, are my
okay.
eyes that bad?
See how the price is respecting this EMA and pushing down. So right now, the scenario that we have been predicting has been working very, very good.
You know, Jason sat there waiting for the long.
He said he was waiting for the
No, I'm
long.
just saying, no, and Jason, he sat there right ready for the long.
Oh well, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
we
wouldn't
will
be.
have to we will have to wait for a very good opportunity uh, to take along, probably to this to the 1597 EMA. But what will be the indicators that we will be expecting to take along? Well, higher highs and higher lows, because right now the price, look how it is behaving, very, very uh, textbook. It's showing us all the right things that we need to see to be looking for more down. Uh, if we are expecting to go for a long, we will be changing this. Instead of looking uh, lower highs, it will have to change to higher highs and start moving its way up. Look, team is probably, there's a window about to be open to team joining us on Houston for the next meet and greet. So hopefully he does.
What? That would be awesome. Cesar said, bring the family. And I'm like, I don't know. They may be kind of bored there. There's going to be a lot of adults and strong words with alcohol, not bad. Well, not bad to adults, but, bad to children. But if you would like to bring the family, you go right on ahead. We'll just have
Well,
another meet and greet that's just with all of us alone later.
there's a barbecue joint right across the street, so probably they can
Yes.
wait for him over there.
It's only from 5 to 7, But I'm sure if
Well,
you do come in town, we'll make sure we plan some other activities to go and do with you while you're here.
what do you guys think? We are getting to a slowdown, or you think we're going to shift direction?
Mm.
Now we are seeing higher highs and higher lows. So you think now the price is going to reach the 1587 EMA?
Hmm. I wouldn't be interested in any longs until we got some divergence on the 1597 personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see it. It's looking like it's gonna roll up that bottom bull or that top Bollinger Band on the 1597 and go down like we're seeing now.
You're still behind us, far
Am
behind
I?
us.
Lord have mercy. What is
We
going
are
on with that?
smoking in those beats.
Oh, gosh. Okay. You know what? I'm not saying anything else because I'm behind and I've got to go take my son to driving class in a few minutes. So, so everybody have a
No wor-
fabulous day.
You too, boss. I mean, I'm not saying that we are shifting direction to the upside, but
Mhm.
what I'm saying is probably the price will be interested in revisit this area to push and gain strength to go back and move to the downside. I don't know. I mean, if we see the 4181, yeah, we have a lot of distance from the EMAs. So if the
Might-
4181 and the 10946 are super far from the EMAs, the 1597 should do the work.
I'm still personally thinking about shorts, just waiting for
Yeah, me too.
the right opportunity.
Me too. Me too. What is the 610? Yeah, we are overrunning the small EMA and the MACD. So yeah, probably the 1597 is a good area for the price to push down. And we are still seeing a little bit of strength in the 1597. So it it wouldn't surprise me if we reach this area to continue to the downside. Something else that we want to share with you guys is that we are already live on Udemy. You can find our strategy also right there. So if you're interested in check it out, we are live. I think we started a couple of days ago when we were approved for the curriculum. So it was a great news for us to be expanding our our market and to be found in other places. So if you are interested, if you are uh, looking at where you can find us now on Udemy, and we are working already on the continuation of section 2. Uh, it will be part 2. That's what I meant. Section 6 and 7, right, Dan? Is it 6 and 7? Well, I think it is 6 and 7. The sections that we're working right now. We are continuously getting more and more material and more information for you guys. We are updating as much as we can, and if we find something that needs to be told or some pieces that needs to be added to our strategy, we're going to be doing that.
I was muted.
Every
Sorry, I'm in Lindsay's room. Yeah, it is section 7 now. Just areas to break and hold is currently the one we're changing, just updating for everyone. But once that's good, it should all be good. And then we'll just be making more videos for the future, like you said.
Yeah,
Touch on things like how to trade prop firms, some market psychology, and all that good stuff.
yeah, there's a lot of information that we uh, are going to be talking about, and of course we're going to be making a lot of those videos for you guys to be able to look at them and add all that information to your strategy. Does anyone has a question so far? What do you think, guys, about the market?
See, this kind of look here is the trade I used to take. I used to take the short, but on the 233, the kind of look it has, it wouldn't surprise me if it popped up just a little bit first.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the 1597, we're still rolling a little bit to the upside. I mean, this, no, forget it. Now it's moving to the downside.
Looks like it's going.
Yeah. As you can see on the 10946, how the BBs are still showing a little bit more strength to the downside. So the next area could be this area right here, this area right here, or the support area. So we still have plenty of space to run.
Matt, 28, 657's got some strength though.
Yeah, I'm looking at them like this. They are outside of the Bollinger Band and showing a lot of strength. So yeah, definitely this area is going to be the next area of interest for us.
We have a storm currently that might be starting any second, so we might lose power.
Really, can
Yeah.
send some water over here. We are drying out.
So this is that pop up that I was, thinking why I wouldn't want to take the short.
Hmm.
So I would have been taken out for break even.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Probably the price is going to push up a little bit further, but we also have to consider that we are in all the charts showing a little bit more to the downside. We are
Mm.
below EMAs and below zero line, and potentially, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but potentially we have uh, a divergence in case the price reaches this area. Probably we're going to have a divergence, uh, but we will have to see. Every time that we have a run like this, there's always going to be a slowdown to continue on the same direction. So probably this is the slowdown that we are expecting to continue down. Yes, team, please send us your trades for this week. We want to see all the beautiful trades that you take. We're used to seeing you showing off all the targets that you take and all the points that you're making every day. So please feel free to send it.
See, especially after a move like that, you can often find yourself getting sucked into taking a short because you think you've missed out on the move. But really, when it's pulling back like this, that strength's kind of died out as strong on the 1597. So you really just got to wait for the right moment.
Yeah, and right now you can see how this flag on the 10946 try to make a flag reversal, but the next flag closed a little bit below the previous one, and this right now is moving uh, below the last one, and the MACDs has not shown any changes in the direction that they are taking. So probably this is just the slowdown that I was saying before, and I'm pretty confident that the price is going to break this support area and continue down. One thing that we have to be looking at when we are having these scenarios like we were when we started the streaming, we can see what I told you: resistance, support, and the areas being respected. If we start to look at the price moving with strength to the downside, for example, if we miss this area, like we were talking about, we were not pretty sure if the price was going to continue to the upside or shift direction to the downside. And then we saw that the price was moving, already picking up some speed. Something that we have to be aware of is that some of the lessons that we have taught on the curriculum is that support turning to resistance and resistance turning to support. We can see how the price broke the support area, came back, used it as a resistance, and went down. Now, what happened? We were not sure to take a trade around this area, but we have now a new area of support. When the price broke it, we can see uh, how the price came back up, use it as a resistance, and continue its way down. So we can always find new opportunities to take trades. I think this area right here, it's around this area right here, and we can see how at this time we saw that the price was using this EMA as a resistance area and moved to the downside. So if we missed the first entry, there's always going to be a lot of opportunities to take new trades and find new opportunities to jump in the market, especially if we have been waiting for a breakout all day and we finally see one. If we miss the first impulse, there's always going to be more opportunities. So we have to be um, ready. We have to be ready to find that next opportunity to take a good trade and to jump in the trend in a safe way. Because if we are, I don't know, looking for a trade around this area, this pullback is going to kick us out of the market. So we just have to be very, very cautious on where we're going to take a trade. But in RDT, we can teach you how to do that. What do you think, Dan? As we were saying, this was expected, this slowdown. Now the price is overrunning the EMA. So are we shifting direction? Probably not. This is something that we were expecting to happen. Price revisit the 1597 EMA. The BBs are overrunning the zero line. As you can see how these BBs on the 10946 are just starting to change color because of this big bar moving to the upside. So right now we can wait for new opportunities. To me personally, I think that the price is going to continue down. But this was a very, very, very good run that we saw how it started to form and how it developed. And let's see how far it went. Let's say we were here. 20 points. That's a very, very, very good run. We were only expecting 6, if you recall well, and it moved to 20. So it was a very good outcome, better than expected.
Ugh.
Connection lost.
Well, that was mine. Yeah, we lost power. Thanks to the storm. Lindsay, you're muted if you're trying to speak.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. We lost power. But if I am going to stay co-host and let you keep rolling.
Perfect. Uh, well, something that I was saying before the energy came back at your end, it was that this movement to the price to reach for the EMA was expected. Now we are overrunning the EMAs. So now our next area of interest will be this big, the large EMA on the 1597, which coincidentally it's around the same support area that we were saying before. So let's wait and see what the price is going to do when it reaches this area. We're going to continue to the upside, or if we're going to use it as a resistance to push back down. We can, to be honest, I think we're going to use it as resistance and continue down. You can see how far the MACDs are from the zero line on the 10946. So it's a long way for the MACDs to reach this area. So probably we're going to be looking at a little continuation to the downside, probably around this area, using as a resistance and continue pushing down. Do you guys agree? Do you see something different? What do you guys think?
Didn't actually hear what you were saying. I was just looking at the fact we just got that deeper pullback before we lost power. You know, how it's almost going back to what I said, it's almost tempting you to take the short and it's just not quite right. So I personally feel like where are we at now? I'd be interested to see what's happening if we pull up to the blue EMA to then see if we get a bit of a sharp reaction off it or some divergence.
Let me see what the 4181 is telling us.
We've got the thunder lightning's picking up now, so we might lose power again. It's very dark.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but what I was saying is that probably this area is going to be a area of interest to use
Okay.
as resistance. We are very far from the zero line on the 1597, but we are also very far from the zero line on the 10946. So probably this is going to be a very long run for the MACDs to catch the zero line. So what I was saying is that I think we're going to use this area as resistance, and we also have this support area that probably is going to it's probably going to hold a little bit stronger this area to push the price down. But I don't know, how do you guys see that? Think they're gone again.
It's intermittent. Hmm.
I mean, if the 10946 gives us a flag reversal after this flag, I will be very.
I was looking at
very,
it as
very.
well. I'm just not a fan of the angle of the 233 EMAs, but we're picking up strength.
Oh,
I
looking
definitely
at this.
see, and I like my charts are coming back up right now, but you know, in the long run, we have been making moves to the upside. Our daily chart had said, hey, we may pull back down. We had a head and shoulders. The head and shoulders technically did what it was supposed to do, which moved that market to the downside. So, like, what's it telling us now? Like on the 1597, we had a nice little W with a retracement divergence to the upside. If you don't mind me using your mouse,
Go
I'll
ahead.
point that out. 1597 right here has a nice little divergence, a retracement divergence that pushes to the upside. Now, technically, we're looking to this area to push it down. For sure, what do we have that says it might not? It did struggle to move to this side. Once it did, it had a big, big move. It almost feels like that bring the drama that I talk about. Could I see your daily chart? Mine's not up yet.
Yes.
And at the speed of this internet, it might not come back up right now.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. So I do like how the daily made this long bar to the downside, right? And it does look like it could definitely.
I think you have to click on the screen.
Oh, sorry, made the
There you
long
go.
bar to the downside here, which definitely said, hey, we may push back down. We have the area here to push us back down. Where might we go to? You know, maybe back down to the EMAs here if it does come back down into that area eventually. But we can see how slow everything is moved. So I don't want to use that as an overall. Can I see your 28,657?
Yes.
Okay. So right now we've got some indecision, right? We're trapped between some areas. We're trapped between the areas right into here. So we may see this come back up and go above and below and above and below because we're already seeing that has happened here before. You know, technically we'd like to see it kind of roll off this area and push down, but we're already starting to lose that strength to the downside. And in the long run, our direction is still to the upside. Have we made a lower pivot here? Yes, but maybe we're making a bit of a head and shoulders the upside as well. I'd really like to see breaking out of this area to really determine, are we going to see a longer term trend to the upside or to the downside? And that's part of the reason I'm using the 1597, 610, 233 combo, because it's just helping me to see smaller moves and be able to take advantage of those and expecting everything to give us a move like this, you know? Because when I do that, it gets me just traps me in that thought process that it needs to go down because of that one big move that we saw to the downside. But technically, you know, we shifted the direction to the upside, we shifted it back down, or so we were down, up, down. We saw on the 28,657 it had moved above and below. So I think, you know, in the immediate, we're well above the zero line on the 1597, but we're below the bye Jason, it was good to see you. We're below the zero line here on the 10946. We have both price and MACDs leading, you know, in a higher area. So my personal thought process is, and he'll know that's me too, because I'm like, I'm always seeing to the upside, but definitely in the immediate is to the upside. We've got the area first here to break through. If we're going to, well, obviously the first area is right here, but if this starts showing strength to the upside, we're going to see it breaking through there really easily and shifting the direction up. But then we'd have to pay attention to this 16 area right in here, maybe 16, 18 area to see if that's going to push us back down.
For me as well, I've pulled my 10946 over like to the left slightly just because the range on the MACDs is so large. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Currently from that massive push down. So if you pull the chart slightly to the left, those BBs are picking up a bit
Oh,
of
you mean like
strength.
this? Did we lose power again?
It looks like the BBs are picking up a bit more strength.
Ooh, that's too much.
So I'd be anticipating it a bit of a deeper push up.
Yeah, I'm really watching what's happening right in here. Like,
Mm.
are we going to see this start to pick up strength and move to the upside? Otherwise, if it rolls down from here, we might see this area holding a bit. The MACDs here are trying to pull outside and push up. But basically, we're stuck between areas. We've got that EMA above us. We've got EMAs below us. So it's kind of like a, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, which way it's going to go. Although, if we go with the overall strength we've continued to have, it would be more looking for more movements to the upside. Although I take that back. This overall strength right here was pretty intense to the downside, even here on the 10946. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, pulling back into that area and pushing off down. I have a strong feeling we're going to lose power again because it is like black as night outside right now.
Really, I need some of that water right here. We are super dry.
And the creeks have gotten so high that those swings that were out there over the creeks were underwater because
Really?
because we had so much water in the last few weeks.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's a
You,
lot of it coming down from the river.
wow.
I am hoping this is still going on YouTube. I don't have it up.
It is.
Oh, okay, perfect. Guess where I am? I'm behind on the YouTube, so let me get caught up.
No, it is.
Okay.
But I will have to uh think different than you guys. I really think that we are going to use these areas resistance
Push down.
and push down. Yeah.
I mean, technically on the 1597, the direction is still down because for me to shift the direction to the upside, not only getting above the zero line, but we need to get above and pull away from both EMAs. So that has
Yes.
not happened yet. So absolutely, it is definitely still technically to the downside. And this is not a place where I want to try and, you know, just try it and see if it works. Now, you know, you've got the 233 setting up for the move to the upside if it's going to push through here. But, you know, we attempted right here And this is what happened. We want to see those BBs really just push through that top Bollinger Band. I think it does have an easier ability to do it now. Sorry, now here than it did back here because we were coming off of a big move to the downside. Now this one, we've got a nice move to the upside, pull back, can push up higher easier.
So now it's whether it's going to follow through or whether it's just that drama. But I still wouldn't be interested in a short though.
Yeah, me too, because although it's breaking or this bar is closing above this slowdown, didn't you didn't see a lot of strength when it broke to the upside. So I'm not convinced about continuing in that direction.
For me, if I wanted the short, I would want a bit of a nicer divergence on the 1597. So a
Which
push
we
down and
have.
a push down and a pullback is what I would want. Similar, I know we've kind of got one at the moment, but just because of the BBs on the 10946, I'm just not comfortable with the short just yet.
Yeah, I see. I mean, this bar, if it closes below the previous one, um, I will be thinking about taking the short around there. Because right now you can see how uh, this bar closed all the way down. So if the next one closes below the previous one, it will be a good indication to probably start uh, continuing or shifting direction to the downside. But we will have to wait. I mean, it's been a good outcome. After all, we have seen uh, plenty of good opportunities to take trades, and the market has been moving um, pretty good. So yeah, I like the scenario. I like how these bars are closing to the downside and how the BBs are showing a little bit of strength to push down. So let's see how the 10946 bar closes. And if it closes below, it will be a nice opportunity to continue down. Let's see on the 10 on the 4181. You can see how the price used the EMA as resistance area. The MACDs are uh, around the zero line area, and now it's closing. Yeah, it's going to move. Probably going to move to the downside. Hopefully it does.
Very slow again.
What was that?
Fairly slow again.
Yeah, I mean we had our run, we had our slowdown, now our run, slowdown. So I was hoping for the price to continue pushing down, but
Gonna try,
this,
but after it pushes up first.
yeah.
Yeah, I was having a nice little conversation about how I thought it was gonna go up, but then I realized I was just talking to myself. Because I had lost connection. But the thing with me thinking that it was gonna go up is the way that it's pulled back into those EMAs and pushed up. So I was waiting for it to get above the blue EMA and then pull back and then go up, but that may not happen right here.
No, it's what I was saying before. I mean, we have this bar
Let me get it pushed
closing.
down further. Well, it's just kind of.
I think we're losing you.
Hanging out. And we got some. Yeah.
I think we're losing you, but
Yeah, you might be.
what I heard from that is that I was right and the scenario that I was saying is playing along. I don't know. Is that what you were saying? Yeah, I think it was.
I believe she was saying, I believe she was saying about a pullback and then a push up is what she was expecting originally. We might be losing
Yeah,
connection because I've lost my ninja
yeah, we're losing you again. Yeah, what
connection.
yeah, we're losing you. So what I picked from what you were trying to say, Lindsay, probably was the price pushing above this blue EMA, coming back down and continue to the upside, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would
Yeah.
need to see in order to take along at any. And my next point after that was then we have the 10946 EMAs, which are starting to cross
Yeah.
to the down.
Yeah, I agree.
Our next target. So we'd have to be very aware of that being above. Dan does not agree with my southern sayings. And you're at that top Bollinger Band on the 10946 as well. So that's a place that is definitely a place for update, some divergence on the 10946, lead a little bit higher on the 1597, and then
We're not
move up if it's going to do that. But the daily chart, I think it'd be better to be on my computer.
we're losing
You
you.
probably have the same thing, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we're losing you.
Yeah, I think we should probably.
Yeah, I think she said that we should probably wrap it up. I think I agree.
We're probably making it more difficult. We should probably step out.
Yeah, I know. Well, last thought, I think the price is going to keep using this area as resistance. Probably we're going to be looking again for this area of support. So, I mean, summary for the day, we saw very good opportunities. We talk about this area right here could work as a area of resistance and push the price down. That scenario worked out as we planned. Other thing that we saw, guys, that we want you to be aware of is if you missed your first entry around this area, there's always going to be more entries along the way. If we are seeing that the price broke areas of interest, in this case, it broke the support, might give you a new opportunity to take a new trade. So if you missed your first opportunity to take trade, just wait a little bit longer. There's going to be more opportunities to get in the market. Just be cautious on what you do. Don't overtrade. Don't panic. If you miss your first chance, there's going to be more opportunities along the way. And if not, there's always going to be new days to take trades. So don't let one missed opportunity lead your whole day and probably leads you to taking bad trades after that. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. Remember that if you have any questions, you can always reach us to support at or info at Responsible Day Trading. We are always going to be there, ready to help you out in whatever you need. If you need more information about our courses, remember we are already in Udemy. You can find us there both in English and Spanish. So thanks so much, guys, for being here. We'll see you next week, hopefully with more information and better internet. So have a good week, guys. Bye, guys.